Hello. So let us start with the month of the September 2024. So this will be the part one. So first news is related to lake quality in Bengaluru. Bengaluru Lake Quality Report is released by Karnataka State Pollution Control Board, and it has been found that all the lakes fall under category D and category E, which means the quality of water in the all the lakes of Bangalore is very poor. So if they are in category D and D, so let's see what is the lake categorization which is given by the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board. So as per them, we have category from A to E. So A to E classification is there. A category basically means these basically includes lake that are good for drinking without any conventional treatment. Means we can take directly glass and drink directly from the river or any lake. So there is no lake such lake like that in Bangalore. Then we have B category. B category means it is suitable for bathing. Means we can directly jump into the water. We generally, when we walk near any lakes, for example, say Sankey Tanky and all, we feel like the water is clean, but we can jump in it and swim. But no, as per Karnataka State Pollution Control Board, no, we cannot do that. It is category B is for bathing. Category C is basically for drinking, but after some conventional treatment, either pass it to a sand or any potable method, make the water really potable or drinkable, then you can drink. So none of the lakes in Bangalore falls under these three category, which are actually good. They fall under D and E, where D basically means it is suitable for propagation of wildlife and fisheries, and basically for E means for industrial irrigation, cooling, and controlled waste disposal purposes. So below E is not meeting any of these criteria. So this is lake quality in Bangalore, which is released by KSPCB. Then EV clusters in Karnataka. So Karnataka has finalized locations for EV clusters, which is a part of EV policy of 2023 to 2028. So one thing we have to know here is what is the Karnataka EV policies timeline. It is from 2023 to 2028. So the government came in 2023 na. So 2023 plus 5 6 7 8. So this will be 2028. Then where are those three locations? The first location is in Chikballapur, then Bidadi, then Hubli Dharwad. Means in North Karnataka they have given one location, and in Bengaluru two, that is Bidadi, and next we have Chikballapur, that is one near Bangalore only. So there are three locations. Then we have Nambike Nakshe scheme. So Nambike Nakshe, it is basically by BBMP. BBNP extended the Nambike Nakshi scheme to all the 8 zones in Bengaluru. The scheme eliminates the need for physical visits to BBMP offices by enabling a fully online function process for obtaining building plan approvals. So what kind of project is it applicable for? The project schemes the scheme applies to construction of independent houses on plot less than 50 into 40 square feet. So how does this basically works? It basically works on the principle of trust. Means the government are going to trust the values or any things given by your architect. So it basically works on the trust based model where the building plan must be vetted means checked by an empaneled engineer or an architect. So BBMP engineers will only visit the site check for a deviation during the construction. If they have given the plan, if there is any deviation only, then these the second category BBMP engineers will come. Otherwise, no. Trust based model they are working on. So what is this Nambike Nakshe? So Nambike Nakshe, we have to remember it is by BBMP, especially for based on trust based model and mainly for the plans, means to reduce the plans being stuck into red tape and all. So this is like that. Then epidemic disease. So Karnataka declares dengue fever as an epidemic disease. So who is responsible? Means now if it has declared epidemic, means there will be certain responsibility on people to not to store the water for a long time, especially stagnant water. It will be on the owners, occupiers, builders, managers of the land. Means the owners especially will be responsible for the storage of water. They can be fined also. So who will enforce this epidemic? So BBMP chief commissioner and deputy commissioners, means head of Bangalore and the DCs. So some basic facts. So what is epidemic? So we know pandemic, when any disease spread beyond a continent, it is called as pandemic. So epidemic means rapid spread of a disease above general baseline within a specific population or region. Here region means region within states or Karnataka, within Karnataka. So dengue is spreading widely in Karnataka, so it is declared as epidemic. So they are generally localized, and pandemic, as I said, they move from continent to continents. So, what is the purpose for this declaring the dengue as epidemic? Mainly to reduce the mosquito population and limit the spread of dengue fever across Karnataka. So, it also focus on both urban areas and rural areas also for comprehensive survey. Some basic facts about dengue. So, what kind of disease is dengue? Dengue is basically a viral fever which mainly spreads through Aedes mosquito or Aedes aegypti. And one thing we have to remember here is there is no specific treatment. It has to be a symptomatic treatment only. Based on the symptoms only, they are going to treat us. And one important name we have to remember here is a Vola Bachi. So what is this Vola Bachi? Actually, this is a technique that is deployed mainly to reduce the dengue. What happens is this Vola Bachi means this is one mosquito. So this mosquito will be made as insterile. So this is a non-sterile mosquito. So when this mates with another non-sterile and a non what we can call it is sterile mosquito. If it mates with a mates with a sterile mosquito, then the offsprings, we know that there will be many offsprings of mosquitoes, no? So say this has some 100 offsprings, so all these 100 will be in sterile. So when these 100 mate another sterile mosquitoes, they will again create unsterile mosquitoes only. So this is basically Volabachi method. And is there any vaccine? Yes, dengue vaccine, which was approved in 2019. Then we have suicide prevention center. So NIMANS has launched a suicide prevention center on September 10. Why on September? Because it is a World Suicide Prevention Day. So why it is on September 10? Because it is a World Suicide Prevention Day. And what is the theme this year? Changing the narrative on suicide is the theme for 2024. So we should also know about USHAs. So this is basically urban self-harm study. So since 2022, in collaboration with the Karnataka Health Department and NIMANS, had counseled around 7,000 individuals across 5 hospitals in Bangalore, Mysore and Chamarajnagar, and the project involved assessing and intervening to reduce suicide attempts among the survivors. So basically this is Ushas is basically something related to counseling of the people who have committed suicide and all. So we have to remember September 10, what is the theme and what is Ushas. Then Ettina Hole drinking water project. So Chief Minister has launched the first phase of the Ettina Hole drinking water project. So what is this basic project? Some basics about this project is that so this basically involves diversion of the west flowing rivers to address the drinking water needs of the South Karnataka. So basically, we might feel that the flowing rivers are more in North Karnataka, so they will be favoring North Karnataka only. No, but here is the west flowing rivers of the Southern Karnataka are diverted to meet the needs of the Southern Karnataka. So, what is the source? Ettinahole, Kuddamanhole, Kerihole, especially the tributaries of Netravati. So you have to remember this as prime thing, Netravati, and the tributaries of this. That is Ettinahole, Kerihole, Kudarammanahole, and Hongadahalu. So these are the tributaries of Netravati, which will be diverted to the districts of South Karnataka. So what are those targeted districts? They are, remember this code, KBC, KBC we know that कौन बनेगा करोड़पति, TCH, so a teacher, TCH means teacher something is there, and teacher training something like that, TCH. So Rahul, a teacher who is trained in TCH, has gone to play KBC. So Ki Kolar, Chikballapur, Bengaluru, then we have Tumkuru, Chikmagaluru, Hasana, and Bengaluru rural. So that's it. And we have to also know these water sources now. So remember this code, HKKY, something like that. So H is Hogganadar, Kerihole, Kudremhole, and Yatinhole. So basically, and dam safety measures. So committee which was formed by AK Balaji deals with the dam safety project. And some basic facts are also there which we must remember of this timeline of Yatin Holi. So actually, the genesis of the Yatin Holi project is believed to be based on the report. Just a minute. Hmm. The genesis of the Yatin Holi project is believed to be based on the report submitted by an expert committee called as GS Paramashivaya to the government, which mainly proposed to divert the river Netravati and its four streams from the Western Ghats to address the water crisis, especially in the Tumkuru, Chikballapur, and Kolara districts. What happened? The work began in 2013, and then in 2014, Karnataka Neeravari Nigam Limited was made as the implementing agency. So think like not Kaveri Nigam or some other Nigams other water, but this specifically Karnataka Neeravari Nigam Limited is handling this Chettinhole project. And in 2024, the first stage was inaugurated, and the entire project is expected to complete by 2027. So what are important here? First report was by G Paramashivaya here, and who is handling this Karnataka Neeravari Nigam Limited. And what is the timeline to be completed? 2027. And dam safety measures is by AK Bajaj committee. Sorry, not AK Balaji, AK Bajaj. Then pollution levels in Karnataka. The analysis of the air quality intensities, including a major urban area and a smaller cities like Mysuru, Mangaluru, was released by Greenpeace India as Spare the Air report. So only thing we have to remember is who releases the report, Spare the Air. It is by Greenpeace India. Then we have Nipuna Kirna Karnataka Skilling Scheme. So Nipuna Karnataka has been approved by the Karnataka cabinet recently. So, state government initiatives for guaranteed employment through skilling. It is aimed at aligning the youth skills with the industry demands in emerging technologies. So, the size of the scheme is around 300 crores, where 100 crore will be given by state government and 200 will be from the CSR contributions. And who are the major participants in this? TCS, Infosys, and Wipro. And like if we have to look the industry collaboration, it is FICCI of Karnataka, that is Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce and Industries, and Educational University will be there as skilling is involved. So Bangalore University and Vishweshwara Technological University will also be involved. And who are the target audience for this? Youth across the Karnataka and women who are trying to re-enter the workforce after maternity breaks. And also basically this is providing skill especially with the help of all three parameters. First is the universities and all, second is the companies and all, these TCS, Wipro and all, and third is the federations industry, that is FICCI, and also at all three levels this is covering now. So this is very important also. Skill initiatives in Karnataka. So Karnataka government and the British Council partner has given some new initiatives to enhance the student skill set. So we have to know here is Karnataka government and UK government is cooperating here. So what are the programs launched? So first program is Scout, Scholars for Outstanding Graduate Talent. So 30 individuals will be chosen, say 5 students and 1 faculty member from each of these universities, and they will be sent to London, especially because Karnataka state and UK is cooperating now. So they'll be sent to London only, especially why to learn some stuff and all. So we have to know basically that Scout is a program where 30 people from Karnataka will be sent to UK. Then we have skills for youth and students. It is also quite obvious, but we have to know what are they main focusing on. So skills for youth, in the skills that they're focusing here is English language proficiency. So who will be giving them training? English, where did it originate? UK. So British Council and Microsoft India is doing the skill for youths. And capacity building training of to the international officers, basically to support the internationalization of the Indian universities. And freemium digital library wall, it will be in Bangalore Central University. It is for both students and for the teachers also. Then we have to know regional imbalance to be studied through a committee led by an economist Govinda Raj, with a report to be expected in 6 months. So basically Karnataka government has set up a committee under Govinda Raj who will study the regional imbalances, and he will report to the government within next 6 months. So this is important also. Actually, we have to remember this committee, Govind Raj committee, something like that. Then we have out of pocket health expenditure. So one important fact we have to remember is Karnataka has the lowest out of pocket health expenditure among the 21 large states. That is only 25%. Means if we are spending 100 rupee in an hospital, so only 25 rupees is given by the people. Rest 75 is either subsidized by the government or it is done through some other schemes. So on the other hand, if we look, Uttar Pradesh has the out of highest out of pocket expenditure, that is 63%. And for the first time, India's overall out of pocket expenditure dropped to 39.4, means almost 40 rupees. So Karnataka is way beyond the national average also. And one thing we have to know is that this all data is there, but it is only for mains. We'll just study some important ones now. Government health expenditure has increased from 28% to 48% between 2013 to 2021. Why? COVID. Simple. And government health expenditure also rose from 1.5% of GDP in 2013 to 1.84. Not that great rise, but yes, it has increased. Then we have operation and maintenance policy. The government of Karnataka, through the Department of Rural Development and Panchayat Raj, is set to launch an operation and maintenance policy focused on ensuring potable water supply and sanitation in rural areas. So, what are the main features of this policy? Is water supply of around 55 liters per capita per day for rural residents, and at least for 4 hours, where the timings will be set by Gram Panchayat and all. And if the demand is lower, they can reduce the pumping hours also. So what is this basically? This is basically a policy that mainly focuses on providing potable water of 55 liters to the rural residents. So who will be doing this? The Department Rural Development Department, RDPR, will be doing this. And what is the name of the scheme? Operation and maintenance policy. This has nothing to do with mechanical airport and all, nothing. So this is the water related. So odd name to give na. Then we have draft global capability center, that is GCC policy. So the Karnataka government has launched its first draft policy for the global capability center. The policy aims to attract around 500 global capability centers and create 3.5 lakh job in the state, and it will mainly contribute to around 50 billion to the economy of the state in the next 5 years. So basically, if you have to know, global capability centers means basically they are like some training institutions. So where people go enroll themselves to get skilled, to get a job, something like that. Like for example, take GRE, TOEFL, and all. The coaching for this will be given. And they also come under global capability centers and all. So the government of Karnataka government want to become like hub of training and coaching institution, especially for the global capability centers. And they want to grow this by 50 billion in the next 5 years. So Karnataka aims for 12 to 14% compounded annual growth uh, in this sector especially. And currently Karnataka is home to around 570 GCCs, which contributes currently 22 billion to the economy. of Karnataka. So this number seems very large because you might know the courses, especially in the IT field, are very expensive. Even a basic course, like if you want to do any some networking and all, they only cost you around 70-80,000 rupees. So club it with the examination cost of there will be 25,000 per exam and all are there. No? So this becomes actually high number only. This is 22 billion. So not that important. We just have to know what is this global capability center and which state is doing that. That Karnataka is doing this, and it is targeting 50 billion economy and with a growth rate of 12 to 14%. Then Queen City. So we have studied actually some concept in our budget and survey called as Kheer City. So now this is basically renaming of that one only. So Chief Minister of Karnataka has launched the Kheer City as Queen City. This is knowledge, well-being and innovation city at Vidhan Sabha, Bengaluru, which was earlier called as Kheer City. That only which I explained. Then we have iconic tourism center development in Karnataka. So tourism department had proposed five destinations for iconic tourism center in Karnataka. So it aims to develop tourism destinations under the central government special assistance schemes. So it enhance the tourism beyond South Karnataka and emphasize on the North Karnataka sites. So actually, what is there now? Central government is giving like around some money, especially for the tourism, around 447 crore. So this is a special assistance scheme. So why it is giving? Basically to develop the tourism sites and all. We know that in Karnataka maximum tourism occurs in southern part only, and North Karnataka is neglected. So now they had selected nearly five sites, and they want this money to be diverted to North Karnataka's tourism. So only this is the iconic tourism center development in Karnataka. So what are those five locations? First is Lakkundi in Gadag district. So this is basically related to some Chalukyan era architecture, wells, steep wells or Kalyani wells. Then we have Anjanadri Hills, we know that Koppal, which is a spiritual center. Then Saudati Yellamgudda, which we is there in Belgaum district, spiritual center. Then we have Aihole, this is Bagalkot district, and it is also called as cradle of Indian temple architecture because of the Chalukyan architecture and all. Then Rorich Devika Rani Estate, which is near Bangalore. Based on the name only, you can guess na anything estate, hi-fi, something related to Bangalore. So this is basically a spirit of cultural and artistic experience. It basically plans for cultural hub and celebration of art and cinema. Then we have facial recognition software. So Bangalore police has been using this facial recognition software as a part of a safe city project, and over the last 90 days 2.5 lakh faces with a criminal backgrounds have been identified using this system, and at least there have been arrest of 10 individuals. So the current accuracy is around 75 to 80%, which they want to push it to almost nearly to 100% only. Then we have now news related to polity and governance. So new flag and insignia of the Supreme Court of India they have unveiled. So President of India has recently unveiled the insignia of the new flag of Supreme Court, which has the following things. So the flag is first of all blue in color, and we can see that other than this there are three more things in it. One is the Ashoka Chakra. We can say this is Ashoka Chakra, and there is Supreme Court building where you can see this is Supreme Court building. So here is the Ashoka Chakra actually, not this one. This is the Supreme Court and this is Ashoka Chakra building, and here the open book is this is Constitution of India. And what is the motto of the Supreme Court? It is Yato Dharmasto Jaya, Yato Dharmasto Jaya, which is written in Devanagari script, which basically means where there is Dharma, there is victory. And who has designed this? Especially something related to fashion. Na? So NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology, has done this. Then enemy property. We just have to know about what is basically enemy property here. The news is that in Uttar Pradesh there was a property of previous Pakistani President Pervez Musharraf, if you know, that is about to be auctioned under the Enemy Property Act. So basically, you know what is enemy property, na? Those people who have migrated from India to Pakistan, then they will be having some of the properties of the land and all with in India only, na. So, and Indian people also will be having some property there, na. So these properties will be termed as enemy properties, especially. of those people who we are tagging them as enemy because these are people who moved not during independence but during those war times. See, India Pakistan war during 1965 and 1975, who migrated during this time will be called as enemy property. And under the Defense of India Act of 1962, the government of India can take the properties and sell them only. So currently, who the properties were vested in, I think Ministry of Home Affairs and all, and now they are taking them. And Sino, this also applies for the Sino-Indian War of 1962 also, and the authority now who has the right over these properties is the Ministry of Home Affairs. Then we have Law Commission of India. So 23rd Law Commission of India was recently notified. So what is the purpose? Basically to check the existing laws, suggest anything that is outdated and all. They just create this law commission. And who creates them? This is created by Union Ministry of Law and Justice via gazette notification, and this is not an statutory, so there will be no specific parliamentary law or act for this one. And who will be the chairperson? Typically it will be a retired Supreme Court or High Court judge will be there. It will consist of one chairperson who will be this guy, the retired Supreme Court or High Court judge, then four full-time members and five part-time members will be there, and there will be some ex-officio members who will be associated with the law only. So Secretary of Legal Affairs and Legislative Department will be there. So the naming means who is the head of this 23rd Law Commission has not been done yet. So we have to know the person who was the head of the 22nd Law Commission. That was Rituraj Avasthi, Justice Rituraj Avasthi. Rituraj Avasthi. Then we have scheme for farmers. Union Cabinet has approved seven scheme for farmers, so we have to know them some basic facts about them. First is the dam mission. So this is digital agricultural mission. So we can clearly identify, no, so that anything digitalized with respect to agriculture, they are clubbing under one big scheme called as dam. So first one is they will club becoming AgriStack, where it is a registry of farmers, village data, land maps and crop data, that is AgriStack. Then Krishi decision support. So this is basically helping the farmers based on the soil, based on the water resource available, based on the rain available, what to crop and what not to crop. So this is a Krishi decision system. Then soil profile mapping. This also provides the detailed maps of the soil at the ratio of this 1 is to 10,000 scale. So this is basically about dam. So basically clubbing all the digital infrastructure related to agriculture under one scheme. This is dam scheme. Then we have crop science for food and nutritional security. Basically nutritional security is there, which means they want to prepare farmers for the climate resilience by 2047 and to ensure food security. Then strengthening agricultural education, management and social sciences. So basically it is, you can clearly know that strengthening agriculture education means something related to agriculture universities and also modernizing agriculture research and education, and to equip agriculture students and researchers based on the current and future challenges. Then we have sustainable livestock health and production, basically to increase the income from the livestock and dairy, and animal health management and veterinary education. Then we have sustainable development of horticulture, that is promotion of tropical, subtropical and temperate horticultural crops and root tuber, bulbous crops, arid crops, all these will be promoted. Basically promotion of horticultural crops. Then we have supporting of Krishi Vigyana Kendras, basically to increase the agriculture and their extension services. Then natural resource management, to manage the natural resources in agriculture. So most important scheme here is this scheme, dam scheme. So they can ask dam sometimes even is related to what. So this is basically the combination of agriculture schemes that are related to technology part in it. Then we have Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. So Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana has got some new rules from 2024. So some we will need to learn some basics about it. So it was launched in the year 2015. It is a part of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative. It mainly aims to promote the child education and saving for girls. Especially it wants to increase the child sex ratio. Then it is basically small scale deposit scheme, and accounts can be opened at any authorized commercial bank or at Indian Post, and girl must have attained age of 10, and they can withdraw money at around 21 years something easily. So what is the deposit limit? So they can deposit 250 per year to 1.5 lakh per year, and government will be contributing equal only. The deposit duration is around 15 years. They can remove, yeah, 21 years I can say they can take after 21 years, and no interest will be paid after 21 years, means they can keep there only. Government will not contribute anything, they themselves can put money into it. Then we have government's latest initiatives to combat cybercrime. So some new initiatives they have, let's see. So in an attempt to tackle the rapidly growing menace of cybercrime in India, the central government has introduced a range of new initiatives to enable greater data sharing between law enforcement agency and other stakeholders. Basically that only, they have released some new methods. First is a central suspect registry. Of course registry means they will put all the data there. Cyber fraud mitigation center, nothing new, they will have some mitigation center. Then we have Samanvaya platform. Yeah, this is of prime importance. Samanvaya platform. It is basically created to, it is its objective is to create a unified data repository for cyber crimes. Means if there is a scam that is popular in Delhi or Bihar, they will put the data in this portal, Samanvaya portal. So if any similar case is seen in Bangalore, or they can replicate, so the people of Bangalore can look into this portal, especially the police, and they can see what kind of solutions or the measures these guys has taken and all something like that. Then cyber commandos program, training the people, especially the cyber security people and all, this is also quite obvious. And then we have this important app called as Pratibimb app. So this basically uses GIS based software to map cybercrime hotspots and track criminal activities in real time. And helpline number also given, cyber helpline number we have 1930. So three important things are there here actually. Samanvaya app, especially for that data repository. Then Pratibimb app, basically to map cybercrime hotspots and track them. Means basically there will be certain calls which will be coming from certain district and from certain place only. For example, say this is Jamtara place of Jharkhand. So we know that this is an cybercrime hotspot. So this will be marked in this Pratibimb app. Then we have which helpline number 1930. Then we move to Ayushman Bharat app. So Union Cabinet has approved the extension of this Ayushman Bharat to cover all senior citizens above 70 years of age. Especially means it will now be applicable for senior citizens also. So what were its features, earlier features? Let's see. So it is basically for additional top up of, means there was additional actually 5 lakh rupees given per family. Now, additional 5 lakh rupees will be given for the senior citizens, for those above 70 years of age. And if there are two adults in a people, adult means two senior citizens, 70 and 70, then the money will be distributed to them only. Will be split between those, means he will be getting half 2.5, and she will be getting half 2.5 lakh. Then coverage, senior citizens who are already covered under the private or employee state insurance can avail this additional coverage. So this becomes very important, because we might feel in exam that they are getting now, why they should get again benefit, but no, they will be getting benefit even if they are getting from other services too. And what are the states that are not participating? All states are participating except West Bengal and Delhi. Why? Mamta Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal. So that's the main reason. Some basic facts about the earlier scheme which we have to know. This Ayushman Bharat Yojana, it was launched in the year 2018. It basically focuses on not on primary, it focuses on the secondary and tertiary healthcare services by providing 5 lakh per family for hospitalization cost, and the data who will be part of the scheme will be taken through this one, that is a CCC, that is a socio-economic caste census. And some benefits of this is cashless service, insurance coverage of 5 lakh rupees, and health benefits includes surgery, medical treatment, medicines, very very important medicines. We might think they will not give the cost of medicines and all, they are giving. And then diagnostics. And what is the role of the National Health Authority, because this will also be created under the scheme, basically is to implement the scheme. So if they ask the question who is implementing the Ayushman Bharat Yojana, it is National Health Authority. Then we have PM e-drive. So Prime Minister Electric Drive Revolution in Innovative Electrical Enhancement. Basically, Union Cabinet has approved the scheme which is called as PM e-drive specifically to boost the electric mobility in India. It focuses on promoting electricity mobility and reducing carbon emissions. And what are the incentives it is giving? It is giving incentives for the purchase of two-wheeler, three-wheeler, e-buses, ambulance, and e-trucks. And it also introduces other authenticated EU vouchers and also expansion of charging infrastructure. Basically, it is PM e-drive means promoting the electrical vehicle infrastructure of the country. That's it. Then we have spiced scheme. So Union Minister of Commerce and Industry has approved the Spice Board scheme, which is called a spiced scheme, which basically stands for sustainability in spice sector through progressive, innovative, and collaborative interventions for export development scheme. So it aims to enhance the export of the spice and value added spice product plus improve productivity of cardamoms, upgrade post harvest quality of spice exports, especially for the remaining period of the 15th finance commission up to 2026. So basically they want to, it is basically, if you want to understand, it's basically food processing now, which we do. We just take the cardamom, and if we directly sell it in international market as you sell in India, people will not take it. So what they do, they take the cardamom and they mix it with some kind of, they make some chutney with it, or they make some kind of powder with it. Then they pack it in a good bottle and they sell it in international markets. So this is basically spiced scheme, basically a kind of food processing. And till when it will be run? Till the end of 15th Finance Commission till 25-26. Then we have BPAM regime for MDR TB. So MDR basically means multi-drug resistant TB. So Union Health Ministry recently has introduced this BPAM regime to treat the multi-drug resistance tuberculosis under the National TB Elimination Program. It basically combines the drugs of these bedaquiline, pretiomide, linezolid, and moxifloxacin, something like that. So the duration time has also gone from 20 months to 6 months. So what we have to know something is what is BPAM regime related to. It is basically to treat the what we call it TB, especially which TB, multi-drug resistant TB, and we should also know what are these related to. Bedaquiline, pretomidine, linezolid, mofaxilin, and all these are related to medicines of TB. Then we move now to news of economy. So what is ULI? We should know that Unified Lending Interface. So Reserve Bank of India will be launching this Unified Lending Interface. So this is a platform developed by the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub in Bengaluru. It basically aims to enable frictionless credit to farmers and MSME borrowers by facilitating the seamless flow of digitalized financial and non-financial data. Basically means like if you have observed like our data, especially the general people data, especially with this related to credit and all, it is there with the RBI and all through, say for example, if you are taking loan in some bank, or you are taking a loan in Flipkart, or you are taking a loan in Paytm or any credit app, you are taking loan and all, no? So this data is formalized, but the loan that, and if you are paying regularly, you will see that your limit increases. Initially if they give 2 lakh, they will push it to 5 lakh, then they will push it to 10 lakh, because they have the data on you and it is formalized. They can give you the data. So this platform, Unified Lending Interface, is basically the same thing for farmers. Means the companies can collect the data of the farmers who pay really well interest, means they are paying their interest regularly, so that especially for the farmers and MSME sectors, there are more loans available, digitalized finance and non-financial data. Then we have AgriSure Fund. So Union Agriculture Minister Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan has launched AgriSure Fund. So what is its acronym? It basically stands for Agriculture Fund for Startup and Rural Enterprises. Its main purpose is to support technology-driven startups and rural enterprises in agriculture. And who is the sponsor? Anything related to agriculture or environment, it will be NABARD only. What is the size of the fund? 750 crore. Then we have PLFS, so that is Periodic Label Force Survey. So this was released for the month of July and June 2024. The data is of not that great importance for prelims, but we'll try to see some basic facts. So, who is releasing this periodic labor force surveys? It is released by an NSO, that is National Statistical Office, and it mainly aims to provide the data related to employment and unemployment on regular periods. Some basic data here is, so what is the labor force participation? Overall, actually, the labor force participation has increased from 57% to 60%, and in male from 78 to 78.8%, means very mild increase there, zero point 0.5 to 0.8% increase is there. For female, it is actually a significant increase from 37 to 41%, means now more women are in the workforce. Then worker population ratio has increased. Just know that unemployment rate, there is actually the overall unemployment rate currently is 3.2, both in male and female. In male, it has declined marginally from 3.3 to 3.2%, and in females, it has increased from 2.9 to 3.2%. Why? Because companies are calling the people back to office, and many women are not able to come. So that's the reason the unemployment rate has increased in women. Then we have uh, geography and environment news. So, teal carbon study. So, India's first study on teal carbon, which is undertaken by the Keoladeo National Park of Rajasthan. So, what we have to know, what is basically teal carbon? The carbon stored in the non-tidal freshwater wetlands is called as teal carbon. Basically means, if you know, if this is a river, there will be some kind of plants here and there. So, and some kind of microorganisms will also be there here. So what is the carbon they will intake? These are plant, these are plants now, they will be taken carbon dioxide only. So what is the carbon dioxide that these take will also form some kind of carbon. So this is called as teal carbon. So the carbon that is accumulated with the vegetation, microbial biomass, dissolved and particulate organic matter is called as teal carbon. And who is studying this? Keoladeo National Park of Rajasthan is studying. Is this the first in India? Yes, it is the first study on teal carbon. Then we have Mission Mausam. So Union Cabinet has approved Mission Mausam with the aim to create an climate smart and weather ready Bharat. So it is very clear it is related to Ministry of Earth Science, and it aims to enhance the capacity to tackle extreme weather events and climate change impacts. So anything, it is very clear from the name only, na, Mausam, studying the climate. So who will study the climate? Earth Science. Then Port Blair has been renamed actually. So the Port Blair, which is in Andaman and Nicobar, it has been renamed as Sri Vijayapuram. So from the name only, it is obvious now. Port Blair, it is not an Indian name. Actually, if you want to know its name, it is was given by British that time. Actually, there was a naval surveyor with the name as Archibald Blair. Just remember Archie Blair. There was a guy who was a naval surveyor in Bombay Marines. So he surveyed this island. So only this got this name of Port Blair. It is of importance because first of all it was some strategic importance, especially to prevent attacks from this side and all, and it also had in, uh, it also had a famous Kala Pani jail where our freedom fighters were kept. And why we are naming it now as Sri Vijayapuram? Because of the Chola Empire. connection with Andaman. So Rajendra I's invasion actually 11th century Chola emperor used this island as a naval base to attack the Sri Vijaya Empire. So only it has got this name Sri Vijaya Puram. And what are the key monuments that are located here? Cellular Jail, we know that, and Corbini's Cove and Ross Island. We should know there is one more Ross Island in Antarctica also. So that is different, and this is different. This Ross Island is in India only, that is in Antarctica. So that's it for today. Like from tomorrow, we'll continue science and technology. Thank you.